Yo, what is happening, Straw Hat Crew? Welcome back. We got a couple of matches over the board that we played in this past weekend's tournament, and this tournament was so fun. I ended up playing Luffy, as I have been doing some of those sim games, and I think that the deck performed really well. I finally made a couple changes that felt super clean and super good for the matchups, and I don't know. I just think that the deck played really well. I think that I personally played pretty well also. Maybe a few mistakes spliced in there here and there, but you know, it is what it is. Now, I will say this before we hop into this match. Excuse me. There is a giveaway that I will be doing for this video and the next 5 videos. Or I guess I should say the next 4 videos. So 5 videos in total. And the giveaway will be 3 revision packs per video. And the revision packs are going to be given out as a sponsorship from the booster box. So I've talked about this before, but if you haven't already, guys, check out the description. And if you use code LuffyTV at shop.theboosterbox.gg, you can get 10% off from any singles, any boxes, any pre-orders that they'll have in the future, all that good stuff. And yeah, they were nice enough to give me a bunch of revision packs, so I know that a ton of people weren't able to get their hands on starter decks, and this is a great way to get, you know, some of those cards and some of those, you know, some of the value out of those. But big thank you to them as well again. And we're just going to hop right into the match. I'm up against my buddy Josh here. This is the man, the myth, the legend that got me these awesome Spy Family sleeves. I am so in love with them. They feel super good. They're great to shuffle. And, you know, Josh is just a really cool guy. So this was a lot of fun. He's playing Law here. I'm playing Luffy. And I won't lie, this was the first game of the tournament. And we're having a bunch of like conversation at the board and all that good stuff, and like we had a couple of our friends sitting next to us, so that was it was a lot of fun. And I choose to go for 5 at life here. He's going to take that first life, but Curly de Dawn on the first play, pretty dang good. And I'm just going to pass over turn. He's going to go up to 4 Dawn here, and if you look, he actually has those really cool Dawn cards that you can only get from some of those Japanese promos that came out. And I thought it was really neat. I was like, oh, you got 10 of those? Those are so cool. But yeah, this guy, I mean, he's got the hookup, obviously. I mean, look at these beautiful sleeves I'm using. And I feel like Law is a pretty good matchup for me against playing as Luffy. And he was thinking about going for 4 again at Nico Robin there, but he decides to put down the chopper. Kind of an interesting play. I think that the 4 would have been good to go at Robin, because putting down chopper after I play Nico Robin isn't super helpful for him at this point, because, you know, Nico Robin can just get rid of the chopper. But I think that he knows I am just going to get rid of Curly de Dawn here. So we'll go 5 at life, and I'll KO the Curly de Dawn. My plan whenever I'm playing against Law is to try and get as many of those searchers as possible. And, you know, just get rid of them as quickly as possible. But he does counter out with 2 Otamas, which is pretty huge. So 2 Otamas to take care of 2 5k swings. I felt really good about that. And he goes up to 6 Dawn here, but it does look like he has the 5-drop Law in hand. Probably wants to save that till next turn and start building a board at the moment. And definitely got to deal with the Nico Robin. But I am looking a little light on the hand, but I'm playing very well on curve. You know, putting down Nico Robin turn 2, King Do on turn 3. And I do have it, I think I saw a Newgate in my hand, as well as the Jet Pistol. Saving the Jet Pistol for whenever he puts down 5-drop Law. And he chooses to go for life here rather than Nico, which I thought was a little bit surprising. But I don't know, it made me think like, okay, maybe he's got, you know, like Rush Zoro or something to take care of Robin. And he also picks up Nami instead of the Bonnie here. Potentially trying to find that rush card. But I think Bonnie still could have been nice, but he wouldn't have been able to he wouldn't have been able to play Zoro afterwards. Yeah, if that's what he was going for. But he chooses to pick up the jet pistol here. And I'm not super afraid of the jet pistol at the moment. You do have to respect it, but at the same time, I'm not super afraid, simply because of the fact that he had already dropped 2 Otamas into trash. And so I'm like, okay, King-Do, the likelihood of King-Do being reduced is pretty low. You know, and I think that I can get some value out of the card still. And yeah, he's still got 3 Dawn active. I think he's just trying to build the board, trying to get the 5 up. And it looks as though, oh yeah, it was funny. I was telling him, I was like, I'm trying to show my cards on the camera a little bit more. And he was like, oh, let me show him. I was like, you're good. You don't have to do that. But then, you know, he crushes my hopes and dreams and plays the 3rd Otama. The 3rd Otama. Yep. So he's going to swing Izo at Nico Robin here for 2K. Or excuse me, for 3K at 2K. I'm just going to let her go. You know, I've got a hand that doesn't have too much counter value in it, and I'm trying to play a little more passively, but he's gonna use leader ability and take what was it, Curly to Dawn back, and then bounce it back, and he picks up the 4th Otama. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on? He has found all the Otamas in the world. But I think he just passes turn here. Yep. And then we pick up a 2K counter, the 3-cost promo Luffy. And yeah, I'm at 7 Dawn. Feeling pretty good about it. And I am deciding what I want to swing with King-Do. So I'm going to go 7 at life here, I believe it was. He does choose to block that first swing. And I'm going to rest 3. And this was where I was kind of deciding, should I get rid of Nami or Curly to Dawn? And I did choose to get rid of Nami just because she's a 1-cost and also probably a better searcher since he's searched a lot of 1Ks already. And I'll just go ahead and KO Izo for 6 and then use Jet Pistol on Law. So I took care of his entire board pretty much, and I feel like I'm in a pretty commanding position for putting down Whitebeard next turn. So I'm loving the position I'm at right now, and I know that he does have, you know, the Otamas, so getting rid of King-Do could be pretty easy for him. But it really does look like he doesn't have a lot of cards that are going to be able to flood the board as easily. It's like he could just play the Otama and then play the 2nd Otama if he wanted to, but he brings King-Do down to 5 here. Now he's kind of in a tough call, like, do you play or do you swing 5 and I potentially counter out and then you have to swing with Curly to Dawn? Or do you play Otama, try bring him down to 3, and then go with Curly and then leader? So realistically, I know he's trying to bounce, you know, a couple ideas in his head here, but you know, as you can see, we're having conversation with, you know, some of the guys at the table right beside us, and he is going to go 5 here. So 5 at King-Do, and I think that countering out here wouldn't be terrible. I just, I do have to respect the fact that he potentially has 3-cost Zoro or 5-cost Zoro. Is it worth the counter to try and save at the moment? You know, it's not like he has a crazy hand, but still having 6 cards in hand gives him a lot of options. And I choose to bring it up. I choose to bring it up to 7. You know, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, you know, what's the worst that could happen here? I go through some counters, I play Whitebeard, I end up having King-Do survive. You know, I don't feel terrible about it. So he's going to go 5 at King-Do. I'm thinking about taking it. I'm also thinking about countering out, and I'm not entirely sure. You know, we only have 3 cards in hand, but like I said, you know, next turn we're putting down Whitebeard, and I choose to go for the counter there, and he does Jet Pistol it. But yeah, pretty bad choice on my part. I should have just let it go on the first swing, and you know, it's not like we really needed the card. But I did end up forcing him to use Jet Pistol, which was pretty solid, all things considered. And I go 3K here at Curly to Dawn. And now I know that he has, I think, only 1 Otama left, or maybe no Otamas left? No, he does have 1 left. And then I put down Newgate and swing 8 at life. He goes ahead and takes that. Sorry, by the way. in Virginia, it's really like the seasonal allergies are killing me right now. I'm waking up in the morning congested at all times. So apologies on the on the throat clears like left and right, but it is what it is. It probably won't be feeling, you know, super top notch till another week from now. And yeah, we do have Newgate down, and Newgate is pretty much going to be like absolutely massive for the rest of this match. And having taken care of the 5-drop law previously makes me feel like we do have a solid like grasp on, you know, the control of the board right now. I only have 2 cards in hand, so I will just let the Vista go. I don't really need the card. You know, it'd be great to have a second swing next turn, but I'm not sweating it too much. It looks as though we have a Nico Robin and a 2K counter Luffy. So decent counters, but we don't really need the counters at the moment. I'm just trying to take a life or 2 this turn if possible. And yeah, I know that his hand is not looking phenomenal at the moment. It's not looking phenomenal. Like the 5-drop law doesn't really do him any justice here. Makino and Otama. Makino, you know, you can put it down and then bring the Otama on board up to 3, put 2 underneath it, swing for 5. I think that's a great play, but he is dropping that 2K counter, which does suck a little bit. So he's gonna go 9 at life here. Yeah, he really wants me to take that life, but with 2 cards in hand, I'm taking that life for free all day. Yep, and he will play the Makino, bringing Otama up to, what was it, 3? Yep, Otama up to 3, and then probably going to put 2 underneath, and, oh no, he chooses to shambles, and puts down Law, just for the, just for the body on the board. Interesting, I don't know why he rested the Makino. I mean, I guess it was maybe to give me another option of a swing instead of going for life. I could go for the Makino. I feel like when I was in this match too, I thought about that and I was like, it's kind of an interesting play. I'm not sure what the mentality was there. I'll probably have to ask him about that. But I choose to go 5 at Makino actually. So maybe it was just a pseudo blocker, and I'll go for 12 at life. And I'll KO one of the Beji blockers. He uses the other one to block the 12k swing. I think that it might have been advantageous for him to just take the life there, go down to 1 life, but at least keep one of the Bejis. I guess it makes sense since it will probably just be KO'd by Newgate. But at the same time, I think that having 1 more life and just having that body on board that you could easily swap out might have been, I don't know, it might have been a little better for him, but I guess it depends on what he pulled out of life. Yeah. However, he's definitely in a tough spot here. Josh is trying to figure out, okay, should I try and swing for life? Should I try and swing for Newgate? You know, what's the plan here? And yeah, stuck between a rock and a hard place. He is gonna choose to go, I think it's 6 at life here. And I think I'm just thinking of whether I want to counter out or not, but I choose to take. Yeah. And he will go Brook onto the Law, bringing Law up to 8. And I think that he did that not only to like pretty much guarantee a life swing, but simultaneously guarantee that Law doesn't get killed by Jet Pistol in the next swing. So we'll see. It's looking like he's got 7 Dawn left at the moment. He doesn't have much in hand. I know it was just no Tama and something else. Oh, he chooses to go very, very big here. And I asked if he was going at Newgate or life. And I believe he chose to go at Newgate. And I went and brought it up by 6,000. Yeah. So he went 15k at Newgate and brought it up to 16k right there with 3 2ks in hand. And yeah, feeling pretty good about the position now. Pretty sure we've got the win in hand with, or excuse me, just the win on board with him having, what is it? 2 life left and only 2 cards in hand. Yeah, and I choose to do some Dawn underneath the cards here just because I didn't want him to be able to jet pistol. And I will go, what was it, 7k here and KO the Brook. Oh, and it looks like I went a little safer. I'm trying to go a little safer route here, I guess. I'm surprised. Normally I 100% just would have went for life here. And I choose to go for 8k at Law. And yep, he's got it down. And then I will go 5k at life. And he thinks of whether he wants to counter or not. He's like, ooh, is it worth or not? But I do have the Radical Beam as my last card, so I feel pretty confident. Yeah, about 100% being able to survive this next turn. And yeah, I'll swing for 5 at life and just leave 2 Dawn active. He will play Nami, but he would have to have 2 Rush Zoros in hand to try and have an opportunity of KOing me here. And I'm feeling as though I have the game. I just played it a little more safe, you know, at the very end here. Because I was considering whether he could draw, you know, another 1 or 2 2k counters. And yeah. It looks like he picks up the Chopper. I don't think Chopper is really going to do him much justice here with Newgate being on board. And I'm not entirely sure what his last card was. Was it still the Otama? It might still be the Otama. Yeah, but he's just going to probably slap the remaining Dawn right underneath leader and swing for Newgate again. I would imagine, at least. Yeah. And with Radical Beam and us being at 2 life, Newgate is like guaranteed to be protected no matter what. I guess... Oh, actually, no. I guess technically if he goes all of it... Oh, no, because he would be only at 13 because he has 8. I was thinking he had 9. Yeah. So he's at 13 and he's choosing to go 13 at Newgate. Yep. We're just going to rest that Dawn. I'm going to use Radical Beam, bring Newgate up to 14. And yeah, he's just like, oh man, there's no way I'm surviving next turn. And GG. He pulls out the jet pistol in the last life. I had a Newgate and a Vista last life. Not too bad. But solid first match against Josh. And Josh is, you know, one of the homies. Love seeing him and playing against him at the, you know, at the locals matches. But thank you again for watching, guys. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but to be a part of the giveaway, all you need to do is just be subscribed and leave a comment down below. You don't have to like the video, but it helps me out if you do. I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you soon, and have a great day. Peace.